everyone. Hey, and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. This is your host, Tom Quee. We are catching up with an all-time favourite guest on the show. Solja, how's it going, man?
What's good, bro? Everything good?
Everything's good, man. It was good to see you at Code Red a few weeks ago. And, 2018 is this mad year, it seems, in battle rap. Lots of shit's going down. Like, what's your take on it?
Bro, if somebody would have told me at the end of last year that this year was going to start off the way it has, I would have definitely called them a liar, because at one point it actually looked like this was the end of it. Like, it actually looked like King of the Ronalds were the last people standing, and that was it. And then out of nowhere, Briggs has popped up with Shotty with this excellent idea. Danny Jack has launched something which is doing bits. And then you've got, I'm not actually sure who runs Chalked Out, but then you've got Chalked Out jumping out of the way. You've got Duck Scandal still doing their bits. It's mad. For once, it seems like there's actually a league for every level of battler. Which is, it's just made it so much better, because at one point, if you didn't get onto Dork Flop, you battled on King of the Ronalds, and literally that was it.
Yeah,
now it's just bust the game wide open, man, which is good, because you're getting battlers that you might not have necessarily heard of before are getting bigger names. Like, why is it taken this long for Frankie Fraser to get decent opponents? Do you know what I mean? It's just stuff like that where you just think to yourself, like, wow, like, it's changed so much.
Yeah.
For me, it's for the best, because not everybody's eggs are all in one basket now, when there was before.
Yeah. And, the basket's still there to a certain extent.
It is.
But, we'll get on to close set and everything else. Follow us at Battle Resume, get in touch with the show as well, Patreon, iTunes, all that stuff. But genuine pleasure to have you back on the show, though, bro.
Nah, it's always a pleasure to do this, but I've just got one thing I need to say. Fuck lunacy, but other than that, yeah, we're good.
Oh man, you and Luna, Premier Battles, right?
Yeah, man. Like, that first
How
event,
huge is Premier Battles? What an idea! It's mad,
bro. Premier Battles is mad. It's like it's giving everyone a reason to want to battle now, rather than just getting paid. Because the thing is with Dork Flop, right? When Dork Flop wasn't paying people, neither was these other leagues. But still, people were going to Dork Flop and putting on a show, even though they wasn't getting paid, because it was Dork Flop, because the event is going to be rammed to the rafters, because your battle's going to get views, because it's going to pay-per-view. That automatically gave people the want to put on a show. And I think that it's brought that element back into it as well, because you don't want to go and choke in front of fucking 400 people. You don't want to choke when people's investing in putting a network online. You don't want to choke when you're guaranteed a payday at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? There's all these things that are getting taken into consideration now, which I think Premier Battles is the Premier League of battling.
Right.
In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. And how did it come about, you being drafted into the team?
Basically, Matta messaged me out of the blue one day, and he was like, "Oh, Luna's trying to get in contact with you." I'm like, "What for?" And he was like, "Oh, there's some team-based battle league that's going on, rare." And basically, I says to Matta, I was like, "Fuck that, I'm not involved."
Okay.
I'm not involved. And he's like, "Why?" It sounds like it's a good thing. Because I'm like, because it sounds like we aren't getting paid, bro. And it just sounds like that we're going on another league to make it big, and then nothing. But then, as time went on, and I started seeing certain things, and then Luna contacted me himself, then Shotty directly contacted me. I was like, shit, this might actually be the real deal.
Yeah.
And me going to the first event, seeing the merch, seeing the trophies, seeing the same faces that you used to see at battle events, as well as new faces, just kind of all brought it back together. And I was like, you know what, this is a real fucking deal. I'm going to give this everything.
Yeah. And like you say, the merch, there's always been battle rap merch, P, to a certain extent, the logos of the league, whatever, but having this sort of team emblem stuff, and it looks so professional. It looks great.
The thing is, what I like about it as well is it also gives, because if you look at Don't Flop, right? I know I keep drawing back to Don't Flop, but that is really the only big thing that we've got to draw back to. Do you know what I mean? Because they was shifting crazy amounts of merch at one point. And if you look at the Don't Flop thing, the only person that got a personalized T-shirt was O'Shea. O'Shea got that shit on the shark T-shirt, and that was the only personalized T-shirt when they could have capitalized on the mum joke time sign. They could have capitalized on ada dada dada. They could have capitalized on this is where it gets peak for you. I'm a monstrosity. They could have capitalized on all of this, but they didn't. But Premier Battles doing it this way is instantly putting everybody on the merch map. Like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I can go buy a P Solja shirt. I can go buy a Rivers shirt. I can buy a Unanimous shirt. Do you know what I mean? And it's giving everybody that option to actually have their own merch. As well as you can get behind the team, support your team. Like, it was mad. It was so mad to see like people just dotted out wearing the team's colours. Like, it was like a real like commodity, whatever the fucking word is, between like the fans all getting together and being like, right, let's push this team.
And from the first event, it wasn't like it took a few events to get to this point. It seemed like everyone was just ready for it. Everyone knew what it was.
Yeah, but I think with a lot of that, Tom, I think the names involved sold it itself. Because, let's be honest, Shorty Horror ain't going to put his name to no bullshit. Especially with the position he's in, i.e. being signed and so on and so forth. Luna C has made himself battle rap royalty, so he's not going to get involved in something that's going to really... And I think with them two names there, it just gave everybody that sense where, do you know what? This is fucking real. Yeah?
What happened with Chris Lees?
Right. Right. This is what's funny about this, because I can draw back to the interview you dropped a couple of days ago. Where you was like, how you finding preparing for Chris Lees and this and that? Like, I struggled to write for that guy like I don't know what. But it come to a point where it's like, I ain't gonna say what Koji said and everyone else said, or whoever choked or stumbled. Oh, I only wrote my battle the night before. I literally didn't. I had my bars at least 2 weeks before the event, so I had a good week and a half to go over them. And to be 100% honest with you, I always knew that I had my first and second round down pat. I was struggling a bit with my third. And then when it's come to the actual day, I've got my first round out. I've got my second round out. I'd say I forgot the last 8 bars of my second round, which wasn't really that major. And then the third round, I'd probably say I remembered half of it and freestyled the other half. But I was saying to myself that I'm not going to stand here silent. I'm not going to make it look like I'm choking. If the inevitable happens, I'm just going to freestyle. And that is literally what I did. Obviously, the only people saying I won that battle, Tom, are people on my team. I.e. Zen said I won. Matta said I won. Luna said I won. But O'Shea said I won. Everyone else was like, do you know what, P? You lost, but you didn't get 3-0'd and you didn't get bodied. I've heard one person say I got 3-0'd, and everyone else has been like, oh, it was 2-1, I reckon you won the second or whatever. So, either way, it's caused debate. Either way, it was the first ever battle. I spat the first ever round on Premier Battle. To which my first line was, fuck this Chris Lees fucker. That was the first thing ever to get said on Premier Battles.
I remember watching some old like Sky Sports documentary, and it showed the first ever goal in the Premier League, like when the Premier League started.
Hopefully, like that. This shit goes down in history, and then they'll draw back to the first ever round in Premier Battles. Pete Solja stood there in a Manjo shirt.
Or like Briggs it like 60 years old, just like recounting it as we hit the bar. Who do you want to battle on Premier Battles going forward? Is there anyone on the other teams you think would be a good match?
The maddest thing, right? The one person I wanted to battle, I've ended up getting next, which is Tally.
Oh, shit.
I
Okay.
wanted to battle Tally so bad. That guy ducked me like 4 times, had me going to London,
Right.
Sheffield, this, that. Like, I had so many bars for him, but that was on beat. And I know in his best day, he couldn't hang with me on beat. But a cappella, he can. So this makes to be a hood classic. This will be a hood classic.
Wow.
If you're into that URL type street kind of rap, this is gonna be the fucking battle for you. If not, watch Soul and Matter, because that was a fucking classic.
I'm hearing it was, yeah.
Jesus Christ. There's so I I'm gonna have to watch that battle again, because so much got said in that battle that I didn't understand on the day, but obviously the reactions was mad, and I was like, well, obviously I'd heard Matter's bars leading up to that, and in my head I was like, there's no way Matter can lose. I can't believe Matter's gonna beat the best in the country. That's how sold I was.
Wow.
And then Soul turned up, and Soul was Soul.
Okay. And I mean, should say this is going to take place Saturday, the 14th of April, at Concrete, as pretty much every battle event seems to be. Which is, fair enough. It's a crazy venue.
In fact, Tom, drawing back to your last question of people that I would like to battle in Premier Battle.
Okay.
I'd like to battle Tally. I've got Tally. I would like to battle Unanimous. I would like to battle. I'd like to battle Soul. I'm not saying Soul's one of them people that, I hate him. I would literally like to test my pen and my style against Soul. Like, I don't hate the guy or nothing like that. I'd battle Koji for the easy win. I'd battle A. Basically, I'd just battle anyone that I see as easy, that I can get easy points for my team, because at the end of the day, it's not about my solo record, it's about my team. Do you know what I mean? So if Luna looks at a matchup and is like, yo, P will fucking smoke him, set it up, because that's what we're looking to do. We need to win. Like, I'm sorry, but I reckon that my matchup with Chris Lees kind of lost that for us that day, because mentally I wasn't ready to battle somebody like Chris Lees, and with it being like, I think I had like 3 weeks to prep or something like that, and I wrote the battle in a week and spent like a week and a half to 2 weeks going over it. But I do think I didn't want to battle Chris Lees, so I think with me not wanting to battle Chris Lees, I'm not saying he didn't do his job and spit his shit, but I just found it so hard to get motivated for. It was unreal. But now I know, like, Tally, I want to battle. Now I know it's that kind of thing. I can say to Luna, when we play them, I won't mind battling so-and-so or so-and-so. He can try and accommodate that now, whereas I just thought it was like when Dope Flop first started and you got told, right, you're battling so-and-so, that's it, no negotiation. That's what I thought it was like. Now I know I could have actually said no to battling Chris Lees, and we could have got a loan to battle Chris Lees. I didn't know all this, or else I'd have said, fuck that, I ain't battling him. Let someone else battle him.
Right. Yeah, I mean, teething issues with the format maybe, and, of course that happens. Aaron Smith, who's obviously we're live streaming for people listening in the future, but at the moment we've got some people listening on the channel. Subscribe to the BattleraPresume channel. We do lots of live streams on there. Says, who are your top 5 current favourite battlers?
UK or just all round?
Let's talk all round.
All round, I would say 5. I'd put Matter in there. This is me going. This is you. Yeah. Who I think is the best, not who I enjoy watching the most. Because who I enjoy watching, I don't really consider them the best. But for me, the best 5 would be, if I were picking a starting 5, I would pick Matter, Soul, Daylight, New Jersey Twerk. And probably because he's one of my all-time favourites. I forgot his name. How bad is that? It's from St. Louis. Hitman Holler Batter. Hey, yo, Gerald, that's the way.
Averb.
Averb, yes. That would be my starting 5.
What? Interesting you mentioned New Jersey Twerk there. Like, I didn't realise you were a big fan of the guy.
Bro, listen, I am going to be 100% honest with you. About maybe 4 weeks ago, I did a radio show in London with Cade. And I met up with Rowan when I was in London. And me and Rowan was chilling at the radio station, and I was actually talking about battling Chris Lees, and I was saying that I'm finding it so hard to get motivated. And I was like, I need to watch battlers that are going to get me motivated. And said, watch New Jersey Twerk. And I was like, I am not watching any guy with Twerk in his name.
Right.
And then he put on one of his battles, and I was sat there, and he literally blew my fucking mind. I was like, wow. Wow. So after that, I just came home and did so much research on him and watched his battles and that. And yeah, he is the fucking truth, man. It's good. It's good when you see new people coming in and have an impact like that, because I remember when Danny Myers and Rum Nitty first came around, and everyone was like, wow. Like, I remember when Daylight first came and Ill Will first came, and like, and that's the same kind of thing I get from New Jersey Twerk.
Yeah, it's punching styles, very unorthodox, isn't it?
It's so crazy. It's like, he reminds me a lot of B Magic. Like, when them guys battle, if you look how they battle, it is like punchline, 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 punch. There's no filler. There's no like multi-in or this, and it is just literally punchline rap. And for me, I think that is the element of battle rap, like punchlines. Who can say the flyest shit? And that's what it used to be like. And it's only over the past, say, 7-8 years that everyone's just got on a mad technical thing where you have to go around the houses just to call someone a dickhead. Don't get me wrong, I find it entertaining at some points.
Yeah.
But some of it I find very drawn out.
Yeah, and maybe Premier Battles, to a certain extent, is the antidote to that, with these short rounds and, you know, more of a focused sort of idea. Aaron Smith also asked, who's your favourite grime MC?
Wow.
I know.
Wow. I'd have to say, of all time, Wiley.
Right.
Of all time, Wiley's the greatest MC to ever touch mic. But of recent times, I'd say Skepta.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I mean, hard to pick, right?
Asking that question is like saying, who's your favourite footballer? Like, you can have that much of a broad choice. Like, it's crazy, man.
Someone asking if you would have a rematch with Afghan Dan. I mean, it's barely been a year, right?
Would I have a rematch with Afghan Dan? I would. You know, I would. You don't know, but you know the reason why I would. Okay. The reason why I would, right, is purely for the fact of to get his name back popping again for him, because I feel guilty that I killed him. So, as my gift back to him, for giving, because he gave me 340,000 views at the end of the day, or whatever the fucking battle was on or was on. He gave me them views because, no, I'm lying. I probably bought about 30k to that table. Okay. And he probably bought the 300k, yeah?
Yeah.
So, as my gift back to him, I'd give him another chance to redeem himself and try and get his name popping again.
Yeah, I mentioned to you
in fact, do you know what? Yeah. I'd rather do a song with him.
Okay, yeah.
I'd rather do a song with him.
You should have been on BGmedia.
Do you know what? I was meant to be on BGmedia, right? And the guy who runs BG, I put some screenshots out and aired his ass out, right? Because I was meant to be on BGmedia, right? They hollered at me to go down there and do a freestyle. It was like, since you crashed in Afghan, it'll be good for the scene and rare. So I was like, okay, cool, not a problem. I set a date and everything. Mind you, Tom, what I said originally is the guy asked me. He inboxed me and asked me, right? So Afghan Dan did some video on BGmedia, right? So me being me, I've gone up and I've said, that was shit. So then the guy who runs BGmedia has come on that status and he says to me, it's funny you're saying that video shit when you was begging for a video. So I said, I was begging for a video. 1 second, please. I went into my inbox, screenshotted the conversation, posted it on the status, said, where in that am I begging or did you ask me? Next thing I know, I go on the status, everything's deleted, he's blocked me. That was the last I heard of BGMedia.
Wow.
Which is kind of criminal because I know I would have had the best video on there. Fuck, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's a shame, man. And that whole thing was kind of the climax of his career to a certain extent, battling you. Like, as you say, it was over from there.
Because, right, like I said to you before, it was like he'd come and he'd beat all the minions and that, and then he got to the boss, the final boss at the end stage. And then when he got to the boss, he ran out of lives. He couldn't respawn no more. He was tapping reset button. It wasn't working, and then it just fell flat for him.
Yeah.
Bless him.
It did.
And the worst thing is, I reckon he's a nice kid as well.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But because he got into that grime thing, and he was one of the, I can't knock him because you know when I first started battling Tom, whoever I had a battle with, I was treating that like it was full-fledged beef, mate. I'm looking for goons to roll to the event with me and so on and so forth. And then after a couple of battles, like, I realised, wait a minute, it's not even this. It's not even beef. Everyone's laughing together afterwards. Everyone's stood in smoking area. Everyone's staying at the same fucking hotel. A lot of these people have travelled up here together. You know what I mean? And then I just like, do you know what? It's not even like that. But I think he came into that with that mindset that it's beef and we've got a problem. But if we had a problem, I guarantee you that event would not have took place in Leeds because Briggsy and her would not have let that happen. But obviously he was new to it. He didn't know.
Yeah.
So obviously because he came to me with that energy, I gave him the same energy back. And that's how we got the clash that we got.
I mean, yeah, we've covered it a lot on this channel. It's still something I'm fascinated by because I watched the original Noisy thing like everyone else did. So it was just kind of...
Because nobody thought it was going to happen, Tom.
No?
I didn't think it was going to happen up until I saw him in Leeds. I did not think that clash was going to happen. I was stood there thinking, do you know what? I've prepared for nothing. I've wrote all this hard material for no. This guy is not going to turn up. And then he turned up, said he was going to Barbers, didn't go to Barbers, came back with the same wig he left with. And then I was just, it's just too booky. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. And I'm grateful. I wouldn't change nothing about the battle. And I watched it about 2 days ago myself, so I can't even lie.
Right. Yeah. What did you think watching it then?
I was just watching it like, to be fair, when I watched that battle, I kind of cringe and I kind of crawl up my own heart. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have gone on like that, or maybe I didn't. But at the end of the day, it got the fucking views. It got the people ringing me. It got the people messaging me. Like, my inbox at that time was fucking nuts, Tom.
Right.
Just I was getting kids inboxing me like, how can you do that to Afghan? You're so spineless. You're meant to help somebody, and I'm like, you really don't get it. Like, you really don't get it. I didn't put the kid down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fucking hell.
Something that got released at the start of 2018. I don't know exactly when it happened. We might have mentioned it before. Rap Slam Battles, Jake Oz.
Jake Oz, Rap Slam Battles. That's how they say it over there.
Is that when you went with you went with Shuffle? Was that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
Bro, that was fucking crazy, right? Because, like, when I went out there, I don't know if you saw the first time I went out there. I battled a guy called Geezer G, right? And in fact, he's one person, Tom, I would advise you to get on your show because he has got a wicked battle rap story. Like, his battle rap story is wicked. He's battled me, he's battled Shuffle T, he's battled Shazam, he's battled some big names. Like, he's probably known as the best in Denmark, I'd say,
Okay.
in my opinion. Like, he gets all the big names. Like, he's their go-to battler if they're picking somebody to go and battle. So, like, yeah, I'd advise you to get him. But the first time I went out there and battled him, to be honest with you, Tom, I underestimated him. I underestimated the fans over there, and I underestimated their culture in battle rap. Because I thought it was my own fault because I judged it with the same mentality that I took away from Norway, which is, I think this guy only really booked us because he's fans of us, himself, and he wants to see us battle rather than there being a market for battle rap out there. That's how Norway was. But then when I went to Denmark and the queue for the event was round the fucking corner, and I've gone inside and there's actual judges sat at tables with fucking paper in front of them marking punchlines, and there's big lights and there's a stage, it's rammed, they're giving you lapel mics. I'm like, oh shit, maybe I underestimated it. So I didn't go there with a judged battle row. I went there to entertain, and that is exactly what I did. But I give the promoter my word. I said to him, if you bring me back out here again, I guarantee you that I will shut it down and I will give you 3 complete rounds of bars and jokes. He was like, consider it a done deal now. After I battled Jayco Z, he paid me for a next battle and sent me the flight tickets before he even got back to England. Like,
Wow.
That's how them guys moved. Like, business-wise, them people in Denmark, you cannot fuck with them. The only promoters that I'd put on the same level is Premier Battles, because Premier Battles sent me my travel at least 2 weeks before the event. I got my deposit for the battle, and then I got my full payment in the morning before I even got to the event. Like, to me, that is perfect. That is perfect. There was times I'd battled on Don't Flop or King of the Ronalds or whatever, and it's been like, oh, I'll send you your payment in a few days, and you do get your payment eventually. Do you know what I mean? But like the way them guys did business, I was like, I need to fuck with these guys again. So like, I made the agreement deal with him. Like, he paid me, so I kind of had it in my mind that I'm gonna come out here and put on a show, and that is exactly what I did. And I went out there, had a judge battle. I won the decision. Fucking 3-0'd him. Like, he had some all right stuff, but I reckon that I just had the crowd in the palm of my hand. Like, I had Matter and Zen with me, so I had a bit more swagger, and like, yeah, man, like that battle there. In fact, it's out, so go and watch it.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know what's funny about that? The weird thing about that is, right, the first time I went out there and battled Geezer G, my battle was on pay-per-view, Tom, for a whole year.
Wow.
And then I says to the guy, listen, I ain't coming out there again unless you drop my battle. Boom, my battle came online the next day.
Right.
I did that battle with Jayco Z over a year ago, bro, and it still has not been uploaded. It's still on pay-per-view. Somebody bootlegged that battle and uploaded it to YouTube. And like, fine, do your fucking thing. I am angry with it. Like, I've been paid for the fucking battle. I wanted people to see what I did to an extent, because I actually took some of them bars and remixed them and used them against Spit Semis. So watch them 2 battles and you'll be highly entertained.
Okay. Jay Dillon battled Geezer G out there as well. I haven't seen that one.
Do you know what? Jay Dillon, when I went out there the second time, they had Jay Dillon in very high regard, so he must have done something really well out there, because they was fucking amazed with Jay Dillon. When I went out there, there was like, oh, Jay Dillon's so good, man. The way he writes, rare.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he
what?
is. But yeah.
No. Don't get me wrong.
No.
People saying that about Soul.
Yeah.
Saying that about Matter, Shuffle T, so on and so forth.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, Jay Dillon, man, this and that, and rare. And then they're telling me stuff about Jay Dillon that I didn't even know about Jay Dillon, and I live in the same fucking country as him.
We've got to talk about Close Set with working with him in part of Don't Flop. Is that right? Kind of.
Yeah, like basically, it was summer. Me and was planning. I'd say maybe even, well, me and have been talking about doing events together, or maybe doing some cross promotion kind of thing for a couple of years now, and in my clash with Bills, I said told me to have a birthday bash, and I turned up with 50 nutters, etc., etc. Like the first event ever tried to let me do with him, I kind of fucked it up and got Dope Flock banned from the venue and so on and so forth. So I kind of thought my bridges were burnt with that. But then invited me down to London. I think it was the back end of last year. No, I'd say it was mid to back end of last year. He invited me to London to do a bar session to go on to Dope Flock. And I went down there, did that with him at YouTube Studios, and I basically thought to myself, do you know what? It would be perfect to do a couple of like closed set battles, like grind clashes, no mics, no pissed up crowd going fucking nuts, no 500 reloads that the people seem to hate for some reason, even though it's part of grime. Yeah. So I just thought, right, let's just strip it back, and because if you look at Lord of the Mics is the biggest clashing platform in grime, right? And what are Lord of the Mics on now? I think is it Lord of the Mics 8 or 9 or something like that they're on now. And it was only the last one that 3 clashes took place in a club. It was only the last one. There was Devilman and Skepta that took place in front of an environment of a lot of people. But other than that, there was all one MC, well, 2 MCs and Jammer. And literally stripped back, no mics, just the music, 2 man spitting at each other, let's go, no reloads. If you look at Lord of the Mics, there is not one reload in the whole thing. If you want to hear that bar again, you're going to have to press rewind on your TV or skip back on YouTube. That's the only way you're going to hear that bar again. So I had that idea and I thought, right, it's at YouTube Studios. Everybody's going to want the opportunity to come to YouTube Studios at least fucking once. So let's give everybody that opportunity, man. Let's put on some events. Let's try and keep it top shelf. Top shelf. Not fucking 142 versus Danny Jack on grime. Because that's not going to sell shit. Not Frankie Fraser versus Shocks on grime.
Sure.
That ain't going to sell shit, right? Let's strip it back. Let's try and keep the bigger names we can. Let's go to these fucking Red Bull shows, these Red Bull grimer sides, and let's try and offer these youth some of these opportunities. Come and clash at YouTube. Come and get 30,000 views. Because that's all it is. We're doing it at YouTube. It's not a money thing. We're not making money. Do you know what I mean? So have this opportunity to have a clash on a decent fucking platform in a place where you might never get to go in your life. Bro, the first time I went to YouTube Studios, I was taken back. So why not have the opportunity to go there and have a clash that's filmed at the highest quality? Why not?
And I mean, you're completely right. I mean, some people might think it's controversial maybe to working with her to a certain extent, or, you know.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
This is the way I see it. I'm a part of Premier Battles.
Oh, yeah?
I battle on KOTR. I go out, I do my music bookings. Anybody that puts on a grime event that has clashing comes to see me. As far as this shit goes, I am completely independent and cool with everybody. So for me to go off and work with her, for me to go off and work with Mickey, I was working with Mickey and her when them two was at each other's throats. And you know what? People can't say shit because I keep it 100, Tom. I won't say anything to Mickey that I won't say to her. I won't say anything to her that I won't say to Mickey. And that is the whole scene. And I think I've kind of prided myself on that. And that has been able to make me do the things that I can do. Because not everybody would have been able to do that. If Unanimous would have started doing a league with her now, can you imagine the heat he would have caught off the back of that? Purely because of how he is. But because I just keep it 100 and I just chill and I just do me, I think I'm able to do them kind of things. Plus, I'm a grown-ass man with kids. So if anybody can say, no one can say shit to me, mate. You know what I mean? No one can say shit.
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it. That's the way I was there. I went to Code Red the other week. I had a full-on conversation with Bagnall. I saw Kruger 2 weekends in a row. The week there, I had Rowan and Mickey in the same room. I set them up. They didn't know about it. But yeah, I can do that kind of shit because I keep it 100.
How did that go? Did they talk?
Yeah, they're sport, man.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, because I was performing at radio, right, and I linked up with Rowan prior to that, and I had a few drinks with Rowan or whatever. We were chilling because we arranged to meet up anyway. Because if I go to London, I'll always contact her. If her's in the north, he'll always contact me. It's just how it is. So I've gone down. I've contacted him. He said, "You know what? I'll come radio and support you." The same night I did the podcast with Mickey.
Oh yeah.
So obviously I don't know London in any way, shape or form. So I've said to Mickey, if you want me to do your podcast, you're going to have to come and meet me. So he's come to meet me while I've been with her. But Mickey's come a little earlier than expected because he wants to see a bit of my radio show. But her's already there watching my radio show. So I'm on the mic spitting. Right. At the corner of my eye one way, I'm seeing her enjoying my show like, yeah. And then I've looked over to the corner of my other eye and I've just seen Mickey bops into the room. And I've been like, shit. I wonder how this is going to go. Luckily for me, I only had 10 minutes of the show left. So I finished the 10 minutes, walked out, and them two still hadn't spoken to each other yet. So I finished, gone to her, I've been like, yo, her's like, yeah, you smashed it, whatever. I've been like, yeah. Anyway, we've started heading towards the door. As I've walked towards the door, I've seen Mickey. So I've gone, yes, Mickey, what's happening? Them two have seen each other, and Mickey's been like, you know I fucking love you, Rowan. Rare. And then that was it. They were chopping it up, I left them talking for like 5-10 minutes, and then I just cut off with Mickey, said my see you laters to her, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
Wow. Frost Nixon, like a huge meeting there. So
there's an exclusive for you.
Yeah. What a candid glimpse.
It was. Do you know what? I am not gonna lie, Tom. I said, "Yo, can I take a picture with you two now?" And they were like, "No." He was having none of it. But I swear, I wanted to take a picture of me standing between them two so bad. But yeah, we're literally having none of it. Big up her, man.
Oh yeah. And
my fucking bro.
And I guess, as you know, 2018 battling other than Premier Battles, are you going to be battling anybody else maybe, or?
Battling. I'm battling a guy called Paula that I've never heard of. I've never seen anything that he's done. But I'm battling him on Grime in Manchester in March. Okay. Then I'm battling Jay Dillon in March.
Oh, yeah.
I am going to be battling, here's another exclusive for you, I am going to be battling Vigilant at the next close set. Which is one that everyone has been fucking hounding me for the past few years. And hounding Vigilant for the past few years, so we're finally gonna get that in there. And as far as, to be honest with you, Tom, do you know, as far as the grind clashing goes, I think there's only Vigilant left for me to clash. After I've clashed Vigilant, I think that might be my last grind clash, unless something big jumps up, because I feel like I'm at that level now on the grime scene that I have fully proved my worth. Like, I've proved that I can do this. I've proved I can go out and shut man down and whatever. Like, I've proved that I literally have nothing more to prove other than putting out grime music. Once I've cornered the grime music, I have literally got every element of grime in my back pocket. So as far as the clashing goes, I think I've covered that. So once I've clashed Vigilant, I don't think there's anyone else left for me to clash. I literally think I've
Yeah.
clashed everyone. So that's as that goes. And battling outside Premier battles, if it doesn't coincide with anything to do with Premier battles or any of my writing time for Premier battles, I am more than willing to do it if the money's right and the opponent's right, because I'm sick of doing favours. The last favour I did was Carlton Shanks.
Right.
The next favour I'm doing is Jay Dillon.
Okay.
So after that, and I'm not trying to be a big-headed prick by saying that, but it is literally favours because I'm practically doing the battles for fuck all. I'm doing it to help out Balski, to help out Mickey, to help out, these people that have helped me and given me a chance in the past. But I think as far as that goes now, I think I've paid my dues back now. So I'm just literally going to concentrate on Premier battles and battles outside of England. Because, like I say, I don't think there's much more going on, to be honest with you, Tom. Yeah. There's nobody at the minute, like, that's up and coming and I'm like, fuck, he's good, I've got to battle. Do you know what? I'd like to battle Scoop. I would like to battle Scoop.
Okay.
So that's another one that, Code Red or
that
Chalked Out, one of you, man, holler at me. I'd like to battle Scoop, man. He's not in Premier battles. So other than that, yeah, that's it, man.
And I guess, how do people get at you? Like Twitter, your music, that sort of stuff?
Solja at Solja on everything, Bandcamp, whatever. Like, I'm gonna be dropping a lot of music now because I've been waiting for getting all my mixes back, and I've got them back now. So it's more or less all in my hands now as to when I want to see what it is. I don't like to drop music without visuals, so unless I can put out a banging visual, I aren't really gonna drop the project. So once I'm sat on another 2 visuals, this project's ready to drop. So I'm looking at April, May times, and then I've got a rap project that I'm working on as well that I'm like more or less the majority of the way through. I've got a project dropping with Matter as well. Like, I've got a lot of fucking music like recorded and wrote. So yeah, man, to be honest with you, Tom, I've had a strong start to the year. So I had a strong finish to last year. I've had a strong start to this year. So I'm just looking to just flood the market, man, and see, hopefully something will come from this.
Yeah, definitely, man. We'll put all the links in the description. It's always dope to have you on the show. I can't wait to see the Tally battle, man. Very, very excited for that. And, I want to urge people to check out all the past times P's been on the show when we covered the battles that Afghan Dan's, everything's always on there. But and please follow us as well at battlerapresume. Support us on the Patreon. You get access to a dedicated feed on there, so you can download sort of episodes in advance straight to your phone. Leave us a review on iTunes. Thank you to everyone for listening on the live stream as well. But P, as ever, this has been great. Thank you, man.
Yo, always a pleasure, bro.